Hey everybody, welcome to another video, and in this one I want to talk about the trailer that came out today for Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, if you don't know, I have sort of been on and off covering Red Dead Redemption 2 when there was stuff to cover about it, which is to say, not very often. And I thought it would be a nice change of pace from Assassin's Creed Origins, what with there being another trailer tomorrow, to basically take a look at the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer and give my thoughts on it. So first of all, I just want to say that was a really good and interesting trailer in which it didn't reveal too much, but we got some basic details that the game is a prequel to the first Red Dead Redemption game, as in set before, as suggested in leaks beforehand. We will not be playing as John Marston, and the main character is an outlaw. So it seems as if for the most part in this game we will not be playing as some form of lawman or looking for redemption as we were in the first game as John Marston. So it will have an interestingly different story to the first game, quite a lot, like significantly, because obviously in the first game we're sort of going after outlaws on the path to redemption. In this game it's almost as if we're building up to that point where John Marston might have been before the beginning of Red Dead Redemption. But like I said earlier, we're not actually playing as John Marston, but instead some other guy. Hopefully that doesn't mean that we won't see John Marston in the game at some point. I reckon towards the end of the game, we will see John Marston in it at some point, because in the trailer we do see Dutch, who was actually a character in the original Red Dead Redemption. As for John Marston not being the playable character, I'm not actually particularly disappointed at this, because we see his story mostly in Red Dead Redemption and we know his character quite well and fleshed out. We don't really need to be playing as him getting up to the position where he needed to redeem himself that we see in Red Dead Redemption, because I don't feel as if the character development will be getting us towards liking the character as opposed to quite the opposite. But I will be disappointed if John Marston isn't in the game at some point as a character who you just come across, or a character who's important towards the latter end of the story. Obviously as well, the game is a prequel, but you could have guessed that, because Red Dead Redemption ends towards the end of the Wild West in 1912, 1914, that sort of period. So it really didn't take any GCSEs at all to guess, even make an educated guess, that Red Dead Redemption 2 would have to be a prequel. And because of a couple of heads that we have seen in Red Dead Redemption turning up, the outlaws that you sort of go after and things like that, it would seem as if we're going to see just how outlaw-ish and bad these characters were and why they needed to be killed or taken down in Red Dead Redemption. Now, all of that stuff is out the way. Let's take a look at the graphics that we see in the trailer. And this game looks gorgeous. I'd imagine this is all in-engine footage. I don't see any other point for it to be there. It looks absolutely stunning. Now, of course, it's important to remember that we haven't seen any actual gameplay yet, and it's probably all subject to change even still. But at the moment, the game does look pretty beautiful, because I'd assume that this is in-engine footage. I'd imagine what we're seeing are actually cutscenes in the game, although some of them do look like they're just gameplay recorded from a funny angle with no HUD, so you never know really. But I'd imagine that the game won't look much different than it looks here, which is always good, because aesthetically this game does look quite nice. So from a graphical perspective, the game doesn't look like it's going to disappoint, so I'm quite satisfied with that. As for the new protagonist that we see in the trailer, personality wise he seems quite interesting. We haven't seen much besides from a few lines and how he carries himself. I'm not 100% keen, of course, but I did like John Marston, and like a lot of people, there is a little bit of surprise that a younger John Marston isn't the main character, but at the same time, I'm not particularly fussed about this, because I like to see this character and how this character goes about the world differently than John Marston does. And I kind of want to see more about this game. But you know, it's Rockstar and we probably won't hear anything for another 6 months. But other than that, I don't think there's really too much to grasp about that as far as thoughts are concerned. All in all, I think this trailer was really good, really got me excited for this game whenever it comes out. I'm hoping that they release it on PC, but if not, that's fine. I'll probably wind up getting a Xbox One or PlayStation 4 just to play a game like this, and that'll probably benefit me at some point anyway. So yeah, all round quite excited for Red Dead Redemption 2 and what information we might get in the next 6 years or whatever. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you think about this trailer in the comment section, and I will see you all very soon with another video at some point.